Hi, I'm Claire Brooks. I'm the president of Model People, a global brand insights and strategy consultancy. And I'm the author of a new book, Marketing with Strategic Empathy, which takes you into the world of the Fortune 500 global brand marketing corporations and how they really develop strategy. In the first video in this series, I explored how many global corporations have radically changed the way that they develop marketing strategy. Forward strategic planning has been replaced by strategic learning, a process of emergent marketing strategy formation. Now, every manager, even every employee, must become a strategist, using their knowledge and experience to shape marketing strategy dynamically and flexibly. Organizations must nurture learning, which builds empathy with consumers and customers, as the basis for flexible, fast-paced marketing strategy formation. This applies equally to not-for-profit organizations and small businesses, as well as for global corporations. In this video, we introduce a collaborative, cross-functional process for strategic learning, which builds empathy with a consumer or customer across the organization as a basis for dynamic marketing strategy formation. This process is called a strategic empathy process, and it's proven to lead to greater marketing effectiveness, as I show in over 50 case studies in the book. There are 3 phases in the strategic empathy process: immerse, activate, and inspire. And I'm going to explain each one of these in turn. Let's start with phase 1, immerse.
When you first became a mom, the very first time, what was that like?
A disaster.
Why?
Because I was 18 and my son was very needy and he cried all the time and hungry and gassy. And
It's just an overwhelming feeling. If anything were to happen to him, it constantly runs through my mind. It's more than just a responsibility. It's like I'm in charge of his life.
I'm 38 years old. I don't need to be sexy every day like I did when I was 21.
I don't want to look desperate, but I do definitely want to catch attention, be more stylish. I don't want to dress like a 15-year-old. I want to dress like a 40-year-old.
Definitely want to be a good wife and a good mother. You know, those are the 2 most important things to me. Huge new role. Very important to me. When growing up, my mother, she cooked every night. Except the weekends.
Oh, my stomach's starting to bother me. I've eaten some Tums and it's not going away. I'm worried I'm not going to be able to go to work. I'm scared.
I think when you're younger, you don't think that, you know, you're ever going to start falling apart.
It's true.
And then as you get older, you're like, hey, things are starting to fall apart.
I just can't believe that I'm in this situation.
In the last video, we defined empathy as taking the subjective perspective of another person. The best way for managers to develop empathy with consumers or customers is to take this subjective perspective firsthand, to take a journey in their shoes. We call this journey a strategic learning journey. A strategic learning journey is a process of focused learning, which is socialized across the organization as inspiration for dynamic marketing strategy activation. The first step in the journey is conducting immersive research with our target consumers or customers. In the case of a not-for-profit organization, we must conduct immersive research with donors, volunteers, and those whom the organization serves. Immersive research allows managers to observe consumers' lives firsthand, their hopes, their dreams, their fears. It lets managers understand deeply how their customers engage with the organization's products and services, and where the opportunities lie to serve them better. Effective marketing action cannot be taken without this foundational understanding. My book goes into detail on some of the immersive research methodologies and tools that can be used to do this, including ethnographic interviewing, group creative workshops, semiotics, and non-conscious emotions elicitation. In the next video in this series, we'll look at some of these methods and tools. Empathy without effective action is not strategic empathy. This points to the importance of phase 2 of the strategic empathy process. Phase 2, which we call activate, concerns itself with determining what strategic action to take based on the learning gained in phase 1. This involves crafting research observations and findings into specific deep insights or platforms which are broader areas of insight, which can be used to underpin marketing strategy formation. Insights are not the same as data. Insights must be grounded in empathetic understanding of consumers' lives, but must also articulate breakthrough thinking about how the organisation can serve their needs better. Crafting insights is usually done in one or more activation sessions, which can last from several hours to several days. These insights are used to determine strategic action focused around a specific area of brand strategy, innovation or communications, for example. The output of such a session is a firm decision or recommendation to adapt existing marketing strategy. In many cases, emergent marketing strategy formation appears in the form of a pattern of successful behaviour within the organisation. In this case, successful dynamic strategy formation is achieved because empathy-based learning allows managers and employees to do their day-to-day jobs more effectively. Therefore, it's important for organisations to socialise learning widely. And this brings us to phase 3 of the strategic empathy process. Phase 3, called Inspire, involves socialising learning and insights across the organisation. This process inspires emergent strategy formation among managers and employees, and therefore supports superior marketing effectiveness. At Model People, we found that the best way to share strategic learning is through character-driven stories with emotional content. These types of stories have been told across centuries, from Homer to Shakespeare to reality TV. Neuroscientists have demonstrated that emotional stories enhance empathy and make complex information more persuasive and memorable. Researchers have also shown that humans remember pictures better than words, especially pictures which show other humans in some sort of life context. Human beings are quite simply fascinated by other human beings, how we live, how we behave, how we feel. There's growing evidence that to inspire transformational strategic action, strategists must become strategic storytellers. Researchers have also proven that humans remember moving pictures best of all. And so my preferred medium for character-driven storytelling is consumer documentary film. In my book, I explain in detail how to create powerful strategic storytelling and how to produce consumer documentary film. And the book contains case studies which show how it works. In the next video, I'm going to return to phase 1 of the strategic empathy process and talk some more about immersive research methodologies and tools.